Alcoholic beverages, good for you or always bad for you? There's been a lot of scientific studies looking at this, and different results and recommendations have been reported. The latest study, it might surprise you. Dr. David Winter from Baylor Scott and White Health joins us to discuss. So Dr. Winter, first off, you got a glass of wine, a glass of beer, a mixed alcoholic drink. Are these good or are these bad?
Well, let me first clarify, this study was not about heavy drinking. This looked at previous studies that compared non-drinkers to folks that drink in moderation. Now, moderation is less than 2 drinks a day for women, 3 drinks or less for men a day. And previous studies says those groups that had moderate drinking were healthier and lived longer. But this new study says not so fast. Maybe they had some flawed data. That's the interesting story.
That is, and I'm going to focus in specifically on one of many people's favorite alcohol, red wine. We've always heard that maybe lowers the risk of heart disease or provides some type of antioxidants. I mean, is that the case?
Well, that's what we were taught, and there's resveratrol in there. It kind of makes sense. It might work. But here's the problem with the old studies. The groups in the non-drinker category included folks who had stopped drinking or never started drinking because they weren't healthy. You had some folks in there that had heart disease, liver disease, some cancers. So it made the folks in the moderate look better, the moderate category look better, but alcohol made nothing to do with that. That's the concern.
Okay, and let's talk about heavy drinking, because is it fair to say that if you are a heavy drinker, if you have family members who are heavy drinkers, should you be concerned? Do most of them have bad health?
Yeah, Megan, they do. Most all heavy drinkers, at least most of them, don't live as long, not as healthy. You know, and some of them really can't help that. Once they start drinking, they can't stop. They drink more. They drink even though they know it's causing a problem. They have withdrawal symptoms. Those folks have a genetic tendency. That's why we've been hesitant to tell everyone to drink, because we know 10 to 15% of Americans have that genetic gene, and once they start, they can't stop. So heavy drinkers do get into trouble, or certainly can.
Yeah, and let's go back to that recent study now. So how will this change the recommendation regarding people's alcohol intake and recommendations from professionals?
I think it's going to make an impact. And so the conclusion of their study is that there's no proven positive benefit to drinking. Now, it doesn't mean that if you drink in moderation, you can't enjoy that it's probably safe, maybe in your social construct. It's just it must be in moderation. Less than 2 drinks a day for women, 3 drinks or less for men. The key word is moderation, moderation in drinking, moderation in everything in health. That's been one of my favorite words.
You know what? And my dad always says everything in moderation. That is his highest motto. So I really love this. Thank you so much for coming on and telling us all about this new study, Dr. Winter.